Good afternoon to you. Just wait for a company Airbus 319 to go behind you, then Pushback's approved, face to the south.
London Heathrow, Europe's biggest and busiest airport. Transporting more than 73 million passengers every year.
Just your passport, please.
That's fine. How many passengers?
6.
This is so big. This is so complex. It's Gatwick on steroids.
With the flights taking off or landing every 45 seconds. Heathrow is operating at full capacity, and there's no room for error.
You know, if Heathrow sneezes, the rest of Europe and the world catches a cold.
We could have blown some here, is that what you're saying?
Even the smallest problem can cause chaos.
915 and 919 have been cancelled. Nothing is landing, nothing's taking off.
And cost the billion-pound business a fortune in fines and lost revenue.
The responsibility is huge. Can get extremely stressful.
This series goes behind the scenes.
This is the bit no one sees.
To follow the hidden army of staff working against the clock to get thousands of planes away on time.
It does give you a rush.
Just watch his tail, guys.
Wow, look at you.
The size of a small city, Heathrow has its own police force.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you to come with me, please?
Hello, we are there for it.
Paramedics and religious leaders. From the cleaners and baggage handlers
We'll lock it and run over me toes.
to the air traffic controllers and CEO.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Executive.
Everyone has a vital role to play
All good, clean fuel.
in keeping Britain's most famous airport flying.
It's in the hands of God, really.
American 47 behind the departing British Airways 777 line at runway
27 out here, take off, show my 1 stay back. Find the British Airways 777.
Heathrow is a business built on getting planes in the air on time.
American 47.
And late afternoon is the busiest period for departures.
Just your passport, please.
Do you have your passports with you? Just pop it face down.
Across the airport, travellers are arriving at a rate of more than 1 a second, every second. On the Air India desk, passengers for today's Delhi flight are checking in thick and fast.
That's fine. How many passengers? 6. Please, is the hand luggage? The hand luggage cannot be more than 8 kilos.
Okay.
You need to take something out. Don't go with more than 8, you'll be charged.
We've got 300 passengers on board with 600 bags. From check-in to getting them on the aircraft, it is a huge job.
Claire is the duty controller for the Delhi flight.
We check the passports, we check the visas, we check the bags in, issue them a boarding pass with their seat number, and away they go through security, and then they make their way to the gate.
An hour before the flight is due to leave, check-in closes. And Claire leads her team to the gate. She now has just 60 minutes to get all of her passengers onto the plane.
It's a full flight in economy, and business is 19 half full, and 4 babies.
Claire keeps a close tally of boarding passengers.
The little boarding card will be kept by us, and then Cloudy here will highlight off the boarding number, and when we have everybody boarded in the system, then we'll have the right amount of boarding cards for everybody that's checked.
But with just 20 minutes to go until the scheduled departure, Claire's count is short.
So we're missing 39. 39 economy and 8 business. Final boarding call for all remaining passengers travelling on Air India AI 112 to Delhi and Amritsar. It's always a problem when you have missing passenger because you work to such a tight deadline. A delayed flight causes a lot of problems. Passengers will obviously miss their connections. The airline is liable for a fine. Delays are expensive, yes, very expensive. Passenger Rajiv travelling to Delhi on Air India AI 112, please make yourselves known at gate number 9.
With time running out, Claire sends her team to scour the terminal for the missing passengers.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Yeah, if you go with Johor, he's got the radio, okay? 10 economy and 1 business.
We're missing about 11, so we're just going to go around seeing if we could spot them and just send them straight to the gate so we can get it going on time.
Still searching, Mona, still searching.
We call it sweepers, but it's the staff that have come from check-in and they just go around the terminal airside finding our passengers, looking for our passengers.
Be anywhere really. So.
We do have the Air India tags that we have that we give to passengers at check-in, so hopefully we'll try to spot those.
We go to the bars because some people have a last drink before they catch the flight.
Any passengers for Air India, passengers for the Air India flight? Any passengers?
The final call for Air India.
Because at 10 to 9, we're normally a lot more on board by this time, so I'm a bit concerned about the time.
What would you like to do? Should we just train and see close it?
This is here for the Air India flight.
We're not taking them.
No?
We're missing so many, and you do get a little bit concerned.
Air India, ma'am, the flight is closing, so please can you run over, please.
They're normally in the duty-free, especially around the alcohol section. The Delhi flights, they like the whiskey section.
Any luck?
Mona, I'm still searching.
Flying with Air India, sir. Sir, please quickly, sir. The flight is closing.
Romeo 1 on 112, there is another buggy coming down now. Passengers have just got to the gate.
We got a description of the last two.
I think he's rolling through.
The last passenger arrives with seconds to spare.
That's the last one. Last one's made it to the gate as well, so...
Sweepers from gate, sweepers, we are complete with economy class, thank you very much. Guys, can we close up the doors? Thank you.
It may have taken a sweep of the terminal, but Claire's flight finally leaves on time. To get planes away on schedule, each cog in the Heathrow machine must run smoothly. Security is a potential bottleneck in the system. More than 100,000 people and their bags must be scrutinized every day.
So you have a laptop, iPads, any liquids, anything? No, thank you.
In Terminal 4, security officers are dealing with this afternoon's surge of departing passengers.
Any laptop, any iPads?
Nothing, no.
No drinks, no cream, no spray, no?
No, just a shaving cream.
Shaving cream. Can you take it out, please?
It's in a plastic bag.
Oh, it's in a plastic bag, yes. I just need to see the bag. People got all sorts of things in their bags that they shouldn't have here. Irons, ironing boards, that kind of stuff. A lot of things that you would never could use on a plane, so yeah. Strange things, strange things.
Sundeep was the youngest ever recruit to Heathrow's security team.
I was about 17 when I started here. This was my first job and has been my only job, to be honest. You guys have any liquids, any drinks, any creams? Just meat. Pardon? Meat. Meat? Meat. Show me, please. Oh, milk. No, it's not going to be allowed. It's liquid over 100 mils. Yeah, check it in or throw away. You cannot bring through. Let me check it. Okay. So that gentleman had milk in his bag. Pretty much the whole bag was just full of milk. So when it's like that, its best option is to give the passenger the chance to go back outside. don't really know anybody that drinks cat milk anymore either. This young girl came through. She was about, I think she was about 12 years old. She came through the machine. She set it off. Someone was going to give her a pat down, and she was had her hands in her pocket and she wouldn't take them out. And one of the ladies, actually, she's really good with young kids, so she went down. She said, "What's the matter? Are you scared? What have you got in your pocket?" And she was like, "Oh, I've got nothing, I've got nothing." And this lady, I don't know how she knew, but she had a pet hamster. She took it out, and this hamster came out, and they were like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And yeah, she just didn't want, she was getting on holiday, she didn't want to leave the pet at home. Yeah. Okay.
I need to do test. I'll be 1 minute, okay?
Anyone seems to think they're being picked on. That's always the first question you get. Why me? Or I've never had this before, or I didn't have this yesterday.
Why they passed 3 customs without it being blocked, and here it is stopped? Why? What is the reason why?
What do you have in the bag? Do you have some batteries?
Yeah, battery, all right. Battery for PC.
Battery for PC, okay.
Battery, yeah. Why it was stopped this one? What is
this
why?
One is too many wires, the battery.
I'm lucky to have a time, but if I was in a hurry, what we do? I lose my plane.
This is something we do after every bag to check for traces of explosives. This one is all fine and it's passed.
If you come as a tourist,
yes,
and with here to spend half an hour to stop it, next time you don't come here, you go through UK and you go in Dublin.
Yeah, I understand.
So you lose business here. Next time, I said.
Yeah.
So I don't lose half an hour of my time.
I hope you don't do that, though. When you're working on the numbers that we work on, you're going to get a few people that say, "Oh, I feel like you're picking on me." Well, you don't really see them as any different. You just carry out the same sort of thing all the time.
Not all passengers at Heathrow are leaving through choice. Every year, nearly 600 wanted people are extradited from Britain through Heathrow. This job falls to the airport's dedicated unit of 400 police officers.
Jump in that one.
This prisoner is being sent to the US to face trial for breach of an export license.
The heater's on in the van. It's okay. You'll be fine.
You better sit down, because we're going to be going quite quickly. We need to get you to the aircraft, okay? Your flight time is being changed right at the last minute.
This gentleman was transported from prison yesterday afternoon to Heathrow Police Station. He remained in our custody overnight. We are now escorting him down to the aircraft. On occasions, it can be a special plane, but the vast majority of the time it will be on an ordinary passenger aircraft.
Britain has extradition treaties with over 100 countries around the world, any one of which can request a wanted person is returned.
Morning. Hi.
An officer from the specialist extradition team arrives to assist with boarding. But the prisoner seems more concerned about the cold than his imminent extradition.
It's fucking cold. But I'm close to a professional cold. I don't understand.
We'll get your jacket. We'll get your jacket.
Yeah,
we'll get up here. Off there, Lord. We'll get up here for you.
I'm waiting. I'm cold because it's cold.
We'll get it on you as soon as we get up here, fella.
Always progressive.
The prisoner has to be led past the bemused passengers waiting for their flight. At the plane door, the suspect is formally handed over to US agents who have flown in to take him back to the States.
Relax, relax. They tend to sit at a discreet part of the aircraft where it won't be completely obvious. Some passengers may say he was placed in handcuffs as he boarded the aircraft, so as other passengers are walking past, they may see the handcuffs, but it does happen on a regular basis. Thank you, bye-bye.
On 777, line up 27 left behind, speedbird 446.
Golfer 003 behind the departing LL 777, cross runway.
Over to the cargo area south at all times, Mike 942.
It's early morning at Heathrow, and the first of the day's luggage is being checked in. Chris is in charge of the entire baggage system, which delivers 40 million bags onto planes every year.
This is the heart of it all. This is what makes it all work. Out the front is the pretty bit, and out here is where the factory is and the guys are doing the graft. But this is the bit no one sees. Passengers think they put their bag through at check-in, it goes through a little black curtain, and there's a bloke just waiting the other side. It's a little bit more complex than that. I wish it was that simple, but then I might not have a job. I started out pushing trolleys back in 1976. My mother worked here in the staff canteen in the old control tower, which is now gone. My dad was a porter. My brother was a security guard. My mother-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, 3 nephews, and my wife work here. It actually met her in Terminal 1 duty-free shop. Yeah, just chatting, you know, smooth like.
30 miles of baggage conveyors and 3 miles of tunnels crisscross Heathrow, ferrying bags to the aircraft.
Basically, this is where your bags are coming through that black curtain, and that's the last thing the passenger sees. And then from then on, in the baggage factory onwards, you've got miles and miles of conveyors.
The system is set up to move bags fast.
From front of house to back of house is approximately anything from 6 to 8 minutes.
As the bags traverse the enormous network, the barcodes on the luggage tags are scanned, so the system knows where each case is and which belt it should be sent down.
When it's ready to be tipped down a chute, the sorter allocation computer will tell that tray to tip, and the bag will tip down to a guy waiting to pick the bag up.
Alex is the guy at the bottom of the chute.
Been doing this now for, it's actually my 4th week. And so I'm a newbie, as they would say. So yeah, but I mean, it's all right. It's actually quite a lot of fun, to be honest. Working with the airplanes is not like your normal jobs, you know what I mean? Right now, I'm actually filling up a flight that's heading to Dubai for Emirates.
Each bag is scanned again, so the team knows which baggage bin it goes into.
Yeah, the Middle Eastern travellers, they tend to have quite big suitcases. They do come quite heavy. If you was to go out to, let's say, Virgin, you'll find that a lot of the bags are a lot more smaller than, let's say, on Emirates. This is a good bag and a bad bag. Woo. Anything that's got that on it is a bad bag. Anything that's heavy is a bad bag. I don't think the passengers actually are aware of the work that we do down here. I mean, I'm pretty sure if they did, they might take a bit more consideration in packing some of their bags.
Derek has worked on the belt for 7 years.
Yeah, I don't need a lot when I go on holiday. It'd be interesting to know what some people do packing their suitcases sometimes, though. I mean, it beggars belief, just the weight of them sometimes, and you think, well, that can't be underpants, can it?
Once the baggage bins are full, they're driven out to the plane and handed over to the ramp team to load.
These are the kind of things you used to drive when you used to want to drive when you were little. You know, like, oh God, can I have one of them? Now I get to drive it when I'm an adult. My own little vehicle. But of course, the most important thing is to sort of avoid the aeroplanes at all costs. You can't go across by the planes there.
Steve and his team are always working against the clock.
Okay, we get 75 minutes to load the aircraft from start to finish. It's highly pressurised, it's challenging, so it's all about the timing. Everything needs to go smoothly.
And it's not just passengers' bags on the flight. There's also 35 tons of commercial freight.
I don't know what's in there unless you open them and have a look. Could be anything. Weirdest thing I've ever got on there. Cheetahs. African big cats, cheetahs, on the Emirates. 7 of them. They went out to Dubai. Some rich Arab prince bought them.
Steve has to make sure that everything is loaded in exactly the right position.
These 2 nose in, 2 nose out, and a pair. I've just given the loading driver instructions how to load the baggage bins. As you can see on the bin, they have like a nose. So we say nose in, nose out, and then we use pair. So a nose in, nose out is a pair. That's how we do it. If you load a plane in correctly, they'll know about it when it's in the sky, and they definitely know about it when it's at the other end. But the consequences are, you know, could potentially bring the aircraft down.
16 years ago, I came to London Heathrow Airport and learnt the trade within 6 months to a year, like what I was doing. I've been a loading supervisor, team leader for 15 years. I send everyone on holiday. I make people happy.
2 nose in.
Back inside the airport, the departure halls are filling with the day's passengers, saying their farewells.
It's not just a great big building with people in it. It's got all kinds of people with all kinds of emotions. And that's what really makes this place unique.
Service team leader Kola has just started his shift in Terminal 4 departures.
This this is where you got people coming to say bye-bye to their loved ones. And you do see people happy, some people crying. It's kind of nice. Sometimes I tend to wave along with them. Because I kind of like that part, you know, where they wave and I just wave along as well. How long are they going away for?
1.5 months.
Ooh, okay. Wow.
I'm telling him I'm coming in the next flight.
Ah, okay. Which is a month's time.
It is a month's time. Yeah.
Oh, all kinds of emotions you can not even believe, you know. It's brilliant, though. It's brilliant.
Cola has to deal with anything that could disrupt the terminal's operations. And the airport's control center has just spotted something amiss.
Such a we have reports of an unattended bag. The location is Terminal 4 repack area on the departures level.
Yeah, FM, what do you require?
Across the airport, we get quite a lot of unattended bags. I'll say around 20 to 30, probably per day.
I've seen the item, just going towards it now. Thank you very much.
An unattended bag has the potential to close an entire terminal, causing severe delays.
Basically, what goes through your mind is, you know, is it a safe bag to touch? Yeah, cool.
Once the necessary security checks have been undertaken, Cola is able to open the bag.
Along the line, you get to pick up what's actually safe and what's not. Because then you develop that instinct over the time. It's all just clothes, shoes, babies' nappies as well. This is quite nice. You got a camera here, you got money here, pictures so you know who they are. Kilo base, Kilo 3.
Kilo 3, Kilo base.
Can you do me a favor, please? Can you put a call out for someone for me?
Yep, what's the name?
Name is Pamela.
Pamela, and surname?
I'd have to spell that for you. It's Echo Romeo Echo.
Passenger announcements. Passenger announcement for Pamela Erim Wamaru. That's Pamela Erim Wamaru. So please return to security lane 5.
Hearing the announcement, the bag's relieved owner comes to collect it.
Hi. What's your name?
Oh, Pamela.
Yes, you don't need to panic, man. Have you lost something? I found your bag,
Thank you.
We've got your bag, okay? So just wait here for me.
Thank you.
No problem at all. I'll be right back. Let me go and get a bag. No, not at all, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, I am as well. Yes, at all.
Thank you.
God bless you, and you enjoy your flight.
Thank you.
Okay.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye then.
All right.
And that's what I like to do, to try and help people, just to make sure everyone has a really good, seamless journey across the airport, and that's what it's all about.
Not all the people that work at Heathrow have the airport's permission to be there.
Angelina, Brad, Cameron Diaz, Taylor Swift. Yeah, they all come through. It's a good buzz.
Kate is a paparazzi photographer.
What we'll just use for this job is just a short and flash, which is a short lens. You can get pretty close at the airport, all charged up, ready to go.
She works for an agency that sells her photos worldwide.
Half the time I don't even know where they're going, so I just get my sales report at the end of the month and go, oh, yeah, okay.
Today, she's hoping to get a shot of singer Jessie J.
She's huge. She's huge here. She's huge in America. So it's definitely worth waiting around for.
But paparazzi photography is banned at Heathrow. If Kate is spotted, she'll be ejected from the airport.
I'm just looking on Twitter to see if there's any pictures of her when she left the airport, LA, and just see if there's anything that, you know, confirms that she's actually on her way.
2 hours after her flight was due in, Jessie J still hasn't appeared. But this may not be a wasted trip for Kate. Model Heidi Klum has just flown in with her boyfriend.
Everybody wants to get the best shot, so you just got to literally dive in there. There's no special treatment at all. Oh, I love it. When it is a scrum, it's carnage. So I'll just send the pictures to the office, and that's it, and their wonderful sales team will sell the pictures. This is why, when you're at Heathrow, you know, different celebrities will come through and you don't even know that they're on the plane. So you've always got to keep your eyes open when you're here. Just goes to show. Thank you. Cheers, Heidi.
It's lunchtime in Heathrow's departure hall. Today, it's the venue for an unusual proposition. For a passenger flying out to the States.
What's going on?
Pretty obvious. Could have done. She's seen propose to my girlfriend. He's proposing. She's flying out to see her friends get married. And so she wants to be engaged before that, she told me one time, so this is kind of the last moment surprise. It should be a hot surprise. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
How do you think she's going to respond?
I have no idea. Hopefully well. And she got a bottle of champagne coming on the flight, so it should sort of cope with the surprise and the shock.
A crowd builds as the suitor waits for his unwitting target.
Expectations? I exceeded them by a long way. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, I had inklings, I suppose, but this is definitely a surprise, yeah. Sorry, I was
Elsewhere in departures, Paparazzi photographer Kate has had another tip-off.
Yeah, I'm here, yeah. Just a normal place, yeah. I was double-checking. You know what I'm like. OK, bye.
She's been told by her agency that Kylie Minogue is about to fly out of Heathrow.
Love shooting her. She ends up in fashion magazines. She's always smiling, she's always happy to see you. Been shooting her now for 5 years. I love the buzz of getting that shot of a celebrity. Where do you want me?
Just over the walkway.
Yeah.
But not right into the main terminal.
No, just in the alleyway. Yeah, OK. Thank you. If you see a celeb, you just want them to yourself. I want to get them out of the car. Yes, obviously you get paid a lot more money if it's exclusive. But if somebody else sees it at the same time... Can we get some shots down here?
I've got balance at the moment.
You just look at the camera for once, please, Kylie. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good flight. It's all over in 10, 20 seconds, but I love the adrenaline. It's lovely. All smiles. It's just what they wanted. Job done.
Kylie is just one of 37 million people who'll fly out of Heathrow this year. This huge passenger flow puts unrelenting pressure on the airport security team.
Okay, step forward. I may search you, anything sharp? Most people are happy to be searched. They kind of recognise the environment they're in and see it as a normal day-to-day thing. It's kind of odd when someone throws it out there to you, oh, I don't want you touching me, or why are you touching me? That kind of makes it a bit more difficult for me. So you want to give a quick check?
No one escapes careful scrutiny.
Hello, gorgeous.
That's fine, thank you. Thank you. 3 shirts. Why you got 3 shirts on?
The weather.
The weather. You're very cold, yeah?
I'm going to Siberia.
An unusually dressed passenger arouses Sundeep's suspicions.
Sir, you're going to have to go for search in private.
There's still 3 of us here.
All right. You've got too many clothes on. We're going to have to give you a quick check, OK? Come this way.
More intimate searches are conducted in a private side room.
OK, sir, just take 2 of your shirts off, please. Yeah, take them off, please.
How many shirts have you got on there?
Thank you.
With so many layers of clothing, it's impossible for Sundeep to determine what is setting off the metal detector.
So you're going to have to take this stuff off as well. Another shirt. Another shirt. So that's 3 there, and he's wearing 1 plus a jacket, yeah.
Where are you flying to? Down to Nigeria?
Ghana.
Ghana.
I come from Ghana.
The gentleman's just taken off 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of clothing at the moment,
So
and
you can feel, but you can't get no pressure on it. So
yeah.
The weather is...
Yeah, the weather is too cold for this gentleman. Okay. Anything else underneath there? All done.
Sundeep is eventually able to determine that it's nothing more sinister than buttons setting off the detector.
That's all fine. Thank you very much. Time lucky, yeah. Thank you very much, OK?
No problem, no problem.
So he said he had so many layers on because it's really cold in Britain, but there's also the fact that there's an excess baggage charge for overweight items, so probably had a lot of clothes in his bag, didn't want to pay the baggage, and decided to put them all on, basically.
Over at the headquarters of Heathrow's police force, another prisoner is awaiting extradition. Michael is being sent to the Czech Republic to face charges of fraud and theft.
I'm here over 6 years now. I've got here my partner, my son, was working here all the time, repairing TVs, radios, CDs, and things like that.
Right, we're all gonna... Yeah, you two jump in.
While living in Manchester, Michael heard that the police were looking for him, so handed himself in.
This is a chap that's wanted in the Czech Republic for a fraud offence, I think it is. He's going back voluntarily, so this one's slightly different. That's why he's not in the back of the police van in the cage. You know, he doesn't want us hanging over him forever, so that's why he's volunteered himself.
10 years ago, Michael used fake documents to hire a car, then sold it.
The Czech police know I'm in Great Britain, and then I find out I need to be deported through the Czech Republic.
He's just getting checked in onto the flight, just like any normal passenger would do. So he'll check his baggage in, and then we'll go through, and he'll walk through like any normal passenger. He'll just have a police officer either side of him.
So, do you think you'll go to prison?
I'm not sure this moment, really. But obviously I don't know what's happened now. When I come home, when I'm going, what's happening, I'm not sure, really. I lost it now, my family, my son, my brother.
Although Michael handed himself in willingly, he's still accompanied by 2 Czech officers for the return flight.
Captain wanted to have a quick briefing just to find out exactly who he was taking on board. He was quite happy. And the guys handed over to the Czech officers, straight onto the aircraft, and we've come away. So, nice and easy.
"1,400 flights take off from Heathrow every day, each in a tight departure slot. The responsibility for making sure a plane hits its scheduled departure falls to one person, the dispatcher. 26-year-old Callie has to get this afternoon's flight to North Carolina away on time.
You can print your name in that one for me. Is it this bag here? Yeah.
She's responsible for the loading of the freight, passengers, baggage, and fueling of the plane.
Perfect.
Her first job is to get all the crew checked in.
Morning, Captain. How are you?
I'm well.
I'm still waiting for your flight plan. So once I've got it, I'll bring it straight out to the aircraft for you. Should be about 10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I normally now give him his flight plan and all his documents that he needs for the flight. I haven't actually received it just as yet. I've explained to him that I haven't got it and that I'll take it directly out to the aircraft, so he's happy with that. He's really nice, actually.
Callie started the job when she was only 23.
The responsibility is huge. Can get extremely stressful. Trying to make sure that the flight is going to go on time, that you've done everything that you need to do. I started working here on check-in 5 years ago, and I was there for 2.5 years, and then I moved to dispatch, so I've been here for 2.5 years now. I think it's quite an achievement to be in sort of this job role at quite a young age. It's quite a lot of responsibility.
Next, Callie has to make sure the right amount of aviation fuel, all 65,000 litres of it, is being loaded.
If anything changes, I'll let you know.
Right.
So far, so good.
Okay.
Oh, you're welcome. The light's up here. It does a countdown for the time for when the captain's got left until he needs to go. So it's quite a good one to walk past and quickly look to see how long I've got left.
Back in the office, the captain's documentation has finally arrived.
This is the captain's flight plan and all his weather, information, everything that he basically needs. They've got dispatchers out in America who put the flight plan together. It then goes into the system and we have to print it and give it to him when he arrives. Hello.
Hello.
All for you.
Some documents?
Yes.
Before the plane leaves on its 4,000-mile trip, the captain must sign off Callie's flight plan.
There you go, Captain. I'll leave it with you, and I will come back in a little while for it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Can we close the front, gentlemen, please?
Ramp manager Steve is leading the team working to load Callie's flight on schedule.
Where's the cargo got?
I've got them. Or how many hands do you think I got? Just use the ironing board.
Use the ironing board.
Callie and Steve work for Donata, one of 9 competing handling agents that look after planes at Heathrow. Their company could be fined and ultimately lose their contract if they delay the flight. Half an hour before scheduled departure, this plane is fully loaded. But when Callie checks in with the airline at the gate, her schedule is suddenly under threat.
We're just missing 1 passenger with a local check bag, so we can start finding out whereabouts our bag is. If the passenger doesn't turn up, obviously we'll have to offload him.
Which means offloading a bag for me.
For security reasons, planes can't fly with the bags of missing passengers. So this late traveller is a big problem for Callie and Steve.
There you go.
Yeah, Steve, we need to start looking for a bag. 33 left.
OK, I'll open the holds up. You bring the information down for me.
Yeah, I'll hand it over to Steve for you. I'll give you a shout if we get the passenger.
OK, copy that. We've got bags off.
Which is a bit of a nightmare. When you do get a busy flight and you need to take off sort of 5 baggage bins, it's not so good.
With 500 bags to search through, Steve's team face a race against the clock to get the plane away on time. There are just 15 minutes before this afternoon's flight to North Carolina is due to leave.
Yeah, go ahead.
Callie, the flight's dispatcher, has a serious problem. A checked-in passenger has failed to arrive at the departure gate.
Open hole 4 for me. We might have bags off.
Steve and his ramp team have to locate the missing passengers' bags.
Because the guys have basically loaded what they've needed to, so they've closed the whole doors. So all the equipment is pulled away from the aircraft. Now that we've got an offload, they need to get the equipment back onto the aircraft and then reopen the doors. So it takes a little while to even get the aircraft back open again.
There's loads of different reasons. People get lost. They don't know where they're going. They could be anywhere in the airport. Some people go shopping. Some people don't come out of the bar. There's lots of different reasons.
To get a bag off is a lot of work. It's not straightforward. It doesn't take 5 minutes. It's quite a long-winded process.
Whoever finds it gets to sleep with me tomorrow.
We've got people searching the terminal just to see if we can find him, but at the minute there's no sign of him.
Callie now has just minutes to find the passenger or offload the bag. Otherwise, she'll lose her takeoff slot. This could delay the flight and result in a heavy financial penalty.
Timing's a massive, massive part of dispatch and making sure that the flight goes out. You know, the captain's relying on us to make sure that we have his aircraft doors closed because he wants to go on time.
With 10 minutes to go, Callie can't afford to wait any longer for her missing passenger.
Are we saying it's definite now?
Take him off. I'm going to close up.
Yeah, Steve, that passenger's definitely coming off. Have you got it?
Yeah, I got it. I just scanned it off for you.
Lovely. At the end of the flight, can we get it round to the baggage hall, please? Belt 9.
That's sorry, I'll copy that, Callie. Belt 9. I'll get Lama and take it now.
Lovely, thank you.
With the bag offloaded, Steve's team have to work fast to get the hold closed and their loading gear clear, so that the plane can get away on time. With just moments to spare, a tug is called to push the plane from the stand to the runway.
These things are very powerful and very torquey. They're not very fast. They probably do 25 miles an hour tops. But the power they have to push a 600-ton aircraft with its engines going, you need something pretty powerful and pretty heavy.
Despite the tug's huge size, it has to be maneuvered with millimeter precision.
Hello, it's Callie. Hello, we good to go? Okay, lovely, I'm just coming down.
There's now only 2 minutes for Callie to make her final checks and get the air bridge clear.
So, doors are all closed, captain's ready to go, and now the jet bridge to come off, and he can go.
What's it like to drive?
Well, these ones aren't very nice. They're a bit all over the place. Lovely. Done.
This is the part where the nerves start to creep in. You know you're going to push this, so you're just waiting for that, right, we're ready to go, and actually get the job done. He's flashing up now, so that means he'll be ready to go. Once the engineer says we're ready to go, then the plane's under my control. The pilot has no more control. It's down to me and my wing guys. They'll tell me if there's a problem. It does give you a rush.
Bravo, holding through the flux. 13713, okay, thanks, left turn, Foxtrot, left, Bravo, turn TT5.
That's it, it's gone.
Off she goes.
Despite all the problems, Callie and Steve managed to get their flight to Pushback on time. Now it's down to Andy to get it to the taxiway.
And it is quite nerve-wracking. It's all that pressure. The plane needs to get out. No matter what the weather is, you try your best to get out.
Checker behind this, departing American 777, enter runway 27 left behind. British Airways 777 will be lining up and waiting on the threshold.
Hold at Alpha 3, Cactus 733.
Now he's got his engines starting to fire up. That yellow line out there is just a guideline, the centre of the taxiway.
You don't want to go too far over the line because then your wingtips are going on to Alpha taxiway and it could be aircraft coming down. I've got my foot floor all the way down. It's just about pushing it. That's it, lovely.
With the plane in position, Andy hands control over to the pilot, who now needs air traffic control to guide him safely into the air.
In 220 degrees, 16 knots.
27 right, clear for takeoff, Cactus 733.
To get this plane airborne on time from the world's busiest departure runway, the controllers have to perform an incredible juggling act.
263 behind the departing American Airways coloured A330.
Right now, there are 20 planes waiting to take off.
Airbus 340 Virgin type at 27 right.
The flight to Charlotte finally departs on schedule, but with only 90 seconds until the next one takes off, there's a busy day ahead for the army of workers at Britain's busiest airport.
A distraught Alia hits self-destruct in your Corrie double bill tomorrow at 7:30 and 8:30. A cop searches for answers after the death of her husband. Black work Sunday at 9. And if you missed the reunions in last night's Long Lost Family, it's on ITV Player anytime. Next, the ITV News at 10.